Hello everybody, bienvenido a todo. Welcome to Vabrut, with me Vabrut, and we are, well, look where we are. We are in, oh, it's a 90s Class 150 and Regional Railways livery, which can mean only one thing. We are in West Cornwall local. Um, we are, there's someone in there. There should be, yes. You haven't set your your destination blind. Said you haven't set your destination blind. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, well. We're not catching this train. We're on foot, but we are going to be getting another train. So that's the St. Ives. There's a St. Austell and a Penzance. Okay, we'll be getting the... Oh, oh, oh. Can I just check if you... Oh, 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 oh. You didn't set it to St. Ives. Ooh, disgusting. Bye. Well, that is the Class 150 local service that goes off St. Ives very slowly, and we're going to be getting the next St. Austell service, which we will hopefully take over. I don't know what train it's going to be though. I think it might be a 150. It might be a pacer actually. We'll see. So yeah, I wanted to do something different because I've done a lot of West Coast Main Line, a lot of Frankfurt Fulda. And I wanted to revisit the classics. And I think this goes back to Train Sunwall 2 actually. West Cornwall local. And it had a rough start. And it still has a fairly sort of, I don't know, you might say a sort of lackluster timetable. Because, I mean, owing to the route. So you've got the little St. Ives branch that the 150 just went off down there. Which is quite alright. It's an alright little drive, but it's only about 15 minutes. And it's just a nice little branch that just goes between there and there. I think there is like 1 or 2 trains that do go to and from Penzance, but usually they just shuttle between St. Erth and St. Ives. And then you've got the mainline platforms that go down to Penzance down here, and then to St. Austell here. It's a bit of a sort of a strange one because, like, as you can see, it's very curvy, and so the speeds are all over the place, and there's some jaunty sort of drops in speed as you approach a station or go over a shaky viaduct or whatever. But I think it just didn't sort of maybe didn't get off on the right foot maybe because it's set in the early 90s. I think it's supposed to be set in 1991 or 93. Well, let's just say in between the two, 92. But it's got a lot of because there wasn't any appropriate era stock. They just layered in stuff from Northern Transpennine and obviously that means that's BR Blue. It's not intercity and it's not regional or anything like that. It's slightly out of date. So people didn't like that, and I think the Class 40 layers in, and that was retired from the railways by this point. And the 45, I think, layers in, and it wouldn't really have been down here. Like, you know, little things like that that got people annoyed, and then there was some faff about the physics of the 150 not being accurate enough. I mean, I don't know what 150 drives like. I don't care that much. It's a diesel multiple unit, and it drives like a diesel multiple unit now. I mean, I don't know what it was like. I can't remember what it was like when it first started. Maybe it was a bit too fast off the mark. But now I think it sounds good and it drives good and it looks nice. And I really do hope that 150 gets used elsewhere. And also the Pacer will swap in for the 150, the Pacer from the Blackpool branches, which is what I'm hoping is coming because it is a slightly nicer train to drive. Well, it's a much worse train to drive on in real life. Oh no, it's a 150, but it's a nice train to drive in this game because it's just a very simple train. I mean, the 150 is fairly simple as well. So I found the Pacer has a lower top speed, I think. So I think this one. Oh no, we'll see. The Pacer top speed is 75. Top speed for this, I believe, is maybe 90, but I might be wrong. Hello, Mr. Chonk 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 chonk. And I shall be taking over for you. Oh. Because if you're not going to set your... Oh, I'm being pushed. Soz, mate. Oi, 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 oi. Yes, I do. Get started. Oh, look, we got another 150. I need to put the set the destinations right now. Set all stuff, yeah. Ah! Oh, what have I got installed that's making it do that? Right, lock doors. Oh, I need to turn on my AWS, I think. I don't think it'll be turned on. Well, we'll just have to get started. And do it on the way, as we go. Oh, wait, I haven't got my... I haven't got anything turned on. There we go. What is going on? Am I turned on? Let me turn on the TPWS first. Make sure everything... Everything is headlights day, marker light on. Oh, I do want the instrument lights on as well. Everything there. Okay, I need to put the brakes on and then release them. There we go. Onwards to... Why is it saying Oxford? I'm trying to think what this could sub into that would give it Oxford. I don't think I have any West Coast, any Camborne. I want to send Allstall. What a strange one. I can't think of a single reason why it would say Oxford. Well, I'll just say Truro. And now I'm like thinking, what have I got installed that would make that? What mod might I have that would turn it to Oxford? The only line that would go to Oxford would be Great Western Express. Oh, I don't think I have a timetable installed mod or anything installed for that. Interesting. Interesting. Well, we'll see. But it's so well done as well. It's like I do have a route mod installed for this actually. Now that I think about it, so I have a route mod installed for this route, which is old. I don't think it's been updated in like 2 years. So maybe it's done something funny and turned that sent Allstall to Oxford for some reason. But I think that's just one mod for WC. Oh, I think I've got a scenery upgrade as well, maybe. But I don't think that would faff around with anything. Oh, we'll see. Well, anyway, the reason I'm trundling along in a 150 is because I want something that I can just trundle along in, and while I have a chat about the upcoming route, which is another classic BR route. So similar, well, no, it's a bit earlier than this one actually. So this is based around the early 90s, and the West Coast Main Line North that's coming out, which is Preston to Carlisle over the Shap Peak, Shap Summit, is a. Is it 75 as well? Oh no, it is 75. Oh, so it's the same speed as the Pacer then. So the over the Shap Summit, and it's made by Just Trains, who made the Blackpool, Preston Ormskirk route, and it features the Pacer, and the Class 87, which is a new electric loco, classic electric traction, and it's the longest UK route. So, I mean, Preston to Carlisle is a long way. I think it's like maybe a good 30 miles more than London to Milton Keynes, maybe something like that. And it is quite a good route because it's a West Coast Main Line, so it's a sort of trunk route, so you will get like lots of freight, lots of intercity services with slightly different patterns, and there's a branch line to Morecambe from Lancaster, so there's some sort of diesel multiple unit services you can do with the Class 101 and the Pacer. So I would check out the preview if that sounds like it's up your street, because it's pretty nice. It's based around 1986, same as the Blackpool Preston one. And Just Train sort of do a good job. So like their last route was, their first route was Blackpool, Preston, Ormskirk. And it's a very solidly built route. Like when it first came out, no real bugs. Good scenery. Hasn't really been in need of big updates or anything since. And now the only real thing it's going to need is like some back porting of the 87 into the AI at Preston, and that's pretty much about it. But the cool thing about this route is because it's it's classic BR, which is just great, but it's also a nice transitionary era, so you're going to have the Intercity Executive livery, but still some of the BR Blue liveries as well. So that's pretty exciting. I mean, I am fully excited for it, and I'll be buying it day one. Comes out the 26th of November, which is good. It's a dare to pay day for me, but bad because it's a week after Flight Simulator comes out. Flight Simulator 2024, which is going to be very pricey because Microsoft have done a very clever pricing strategy with that. That just means like I need to spend, but I don't want to. So yeah, I'm going to end up spending about 120 euros on that, I think. So thank God for payday, so that then I can get over the Shap. And yeah, I mean, I do strongly recommend you watching the preview, because it was pretty much, they did an end-to-end service from Preston, which is the same as the Preston that's in the Blackpool route, Blackpool branches pack or DLC, and it is. And then from there, instead of going off to Blackpool, you go off towards the north, and you can stop at Lancaster. I think. Let me try and think. I think there's 3 intermediate stops you can have for an intercity service. So you can stop at Lancaster, Oxenholme, and Penrith, and then obviously Carlisle is the end of the line. And then, but I think there's a couple of other steps. Well, there's Morecambe if you're with a diesel, multiple unit, and Carnforth as well, I think, which doesn't have the intercity services but does have the local multiple unit services. So I think like there's going to be a decent pattern, service pattern. I think they said there's like 200 AI services, something like that. From what I remember of the preview, I mean, it was last night, so when I say from what I remember, from what my old mind remembers, because I keep forgetting everything, because it's a long route, you don't see that much traffic, but you see a fair amount. Like, I mean, the thing about that part of the West Coast Main Line, it's not like West Coast Main Line South. Like, when you're going between London and Milton Keynes, it's 4 tracks. There's the London Underground, the London Overground. You've got your local services, different patterns, and especially if you're using the Timetable mod, you're seeing train, and then you're sort of everything sort of pans out, and it's just busy between Preston and Carlisle. It's a longer route, but there's actually fewer stations. There's very few stations because it's a very rural area, so there aren't really local stoppers that you run into between, I mean, aside from between maybe Preston and Morecambe and Lancaster and Morecambe, but the rest of the time you'll just be seen into cities, and they're not as frequent. So it's not like busy, but it should be an involved timetable because there should be a decent amount of freight, and because it's going to take like an hour and 20 minutes to go end to end. You should see the same amount of trains coming back against you, like per the timetable, so it shouldn't be too bad. And it's a challenging drive because the Class 87 is a tap changer, which I don't think we've had in the UK Loco as yet. And it comes with Mark 3A carriages as well. Yes, and they're rated to 110 miles an hour. I can't remember if the 87 was rated to 125, but with the carriages it can only go 110, and that's fine because like for that kind of loco, that's pretty good. And yeah, and I think those carriages, those Mark 3s, you'll be able to use with like the Class 47, maybe the 45 and the on the 37 as well. We'll see. Right, I need to start slowing down because West Cornwall, this was made by Rivet, like I said, about 3 years ago. Train Sim World 2, and is that the station? Yeah, and that's the route. Because it's based in the 90s, before the route was semi-upgraded. I mean, it's still a very this line is still very sort of end of the line rural. But back in this era, there was like single track sections and stuff, and the signal blocks are huge. So and the trains are slow because it's very hilly. So the trains take a while to clear the signal block, so you end up getting stuck waiting for them to do so. But that's BR Classic. I quite like this this route, even though like it's a pretty dead route in terms of timetable. It's still quite a nice one because you do get these instances where like there's a train like 25 minutes ahead of us, but because the signal block is so big, it ends up delaying us, or forcing us to stop. Where is the next signal? Well, it must be at the station. Oh, there we go. Now we got what? 4 minutes to get 3 miles. Oh! This train cannot get to 60 in anything under 2 minutes. So there's no way we're going to do it. I hope they're going to use this 150 for the Cardiff City lines, because I think that for the era they're going for, the 150 would be on it. And I wouldn't mind like the Super 150 as well, the Super Sprinter, which is the comes in 2 cars, but it has a door at either end. It's like the more longer distance one, so it doesn't have these middle doors, it just has a door either end and then sort of passenger cabin in the middle. That I wouldn't mind. That would be cool. Yeah, we'll see. No details on that one yet. There was a roadmap the other day. I'm trying to think if it gave us any details whatsoever about anything. So we got the West Coast Main Line North coming. There was a teaser about some what do you call it? Some notices or not notices, an event they're going to be doing in December where they basically reveal upcoming things, and they gave a teaser for a loco that Just Trains are working on, and obviously they're about to release the West Coast Main Line Preston Carlisle, and the loco they're working on is pretty much related to that, and as far as I can tell, everyone thinks it's going to be a Class 86. So we get the Class 87, which is, as a brief summary, basically, when they were electrifying the West Coast Main Line, they did the London-Birmingham bit, then London-Manchester, then Birmingham-Manchester, and during those phases, they sort of tested out a bunch of different locos. So I think they had a bunch of different sort of, not prototypes, but just like, you had like Class 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, which were all variations on similar designs made by different people, made by different companies in some cases, but they all kind of looked the same. And then the 86 was sort of like the sort of evolved version of it, which was basically the London-Manchester, London-Birmingham loco, main one, and then the others were sort of gradually, as they became fewer and fewer in number, they were retired. But when the rest of the line between Crewe and Glasgow was done, they needed more trains, so that was when the 87 was commissioned, and it sort of looks slightly different to the 86. So the 86 has the 81 to 86, they all have like 3 front windscreen panels, whereas the 87 has 2. It looks like it actually looks like a 47, but just electric. So it's the most modern loco that was running on the line, and was like designed to get over the Shap Peak, basically. I think the 86s did do the runs as well, because I mean it's electric locos, they're pretty powerful things, but the 87 was like sort of specifically built in mind for the northern section, which is much more hilly than the southern. And so yeah, that's the train we're getting, which is the 87, but with the route, and then the teaser we got, which seems to indicate we might be getting the 86. Which will be nice. It'll add some variation. I don't know if it will add more services, but it should increase in the variation at least. Unfortunately, because the route is set in 1986, it's before the driving van trailers, so whilst we get the Mark IIIs, we don't get a driving van trailer for them, which is a shame. I have to hope one day... Oh. Redworth. Okay. Overshot by just a bit. Oh, but at least people are getting on. That's good. This is like a lot of the services I've been running recently. People just don't get on trains. And how late are we? Oh, we're only about a minute. Oh, well, we'll probably be about a minute and a half late by the time we've loaded the passengers. Yeah, so where was I? Yeah, so I mean, the roadmap, what else did the roadmap do? So we've got the Class 86, which is not officially announced yet, but is it the teaser indicates it is. There's a big update for the West Coast Main Line coming, which basically is the mod that I've got installed. That if you watched any of my videos with the mods, with the timetable mod and the sort of route mod, that's basically looks like DTG are just replicating that in an actual core route update. I'm sure the mod will still be necessary for like certain above and beyond things. Maybe some scenery details and things like that. Oh well, you know what? We're seeing quite a few 150s. No expresses though. I'm only going to go as far as Truro, by the way, as well, because Truro is like, this bit is just a meh bit. I don't know. Truro feels more like a finishing point. Um, so yeah, what was it? Where was I? Yeah, what else was on the roadmap? So there were no more updates, I think, on Manchester Airport commuter. No, there were no. Oh, they revealed a new German line that TSG has been working on. Oh no, it's not German, it's Austria. An Austrian route that TSG has been working on that looks like it'll be Niedertalbahn, but like cutesy, very good scenery, but Austria, and with a classic logo. We'll see. I'm literally no idea. I googled it. Had a look. I think it's called Middenhahn or something. I haven't really liked any of the Austrian routes so far, so I'm not sure it's going to be high on my list. And like I said, I didn't get on with the 101 Expert, and I haven't got the diesel loco. So we'll see. We'll see. So yeah, what else is there? No updates on that Japanese line that's been worked on, I don't think. No update on the Cardiff commuter, no screenshots or anything like that yet. Oh, of course, the MBTA Worcester, but Boston Worcester came out, but I'm not going to get it. No, I looked at the preview and was just like, it's not doing anything for me. It doesn't seem to just be, it's not really doing anything that, like, it's a bit too much of an American route with big diesel traction, and you know the speeds aren't very high, and it's like Boston Sprinter without any of the novelty, I find, and variation of being able to drive electric trains or diesel trains. It's just diesel on that section, and I'm not that into it, if I'm honest. So yeah, I decided I'll give that a wait, sit that one out. Sure, it's eventually on sale in a few months, and I might pick it up then. And there wasn't really much on American content. Oh, they mentioned that they're going to do... So, they mentioned basically December is going to be the month where they're just revealing certain things, but they were coy on what they were going to be revealing. But there's just some stuff on the roadmap that hasn't been sort of detailed yet. So I assume they're going to do, like... oh, here's some screenshots of Cardiff and blah blah blah, and like I said, they're gonna trains are gonna reveal what loco they're doing, but everyone seems pretty convinced it's an 86 based on a teaser shot they did. And there was another thing. Oh, they mentioned they're doing a sort of DCG mentioned they're doing loco packs, I don't know what they called them. We got them with when they released Train Sim World 3, and they did that. You got the Santa Fe, the Dops block, Dops block, Freight Loco for the German route, and then I think it was the Track Cleaner 66, like loco packs, I think they called them, and I think they did for Train Sim World 2 routes, they did the Bakerloo line and a like original livery, and then they did a S-Bahn expansion, and then a bunch of liveries for the Sandpatch grade, maybe, I think. I vaguely remember. So they're doing something along those lines, which basically means we're likely to get, in my opinion, a 66 in Freightliner livery, because they've got the license for that, and there'll be bits of Freightliner branding in the West Coast Mainline North route, and so that's what I'm expecting. Nothing special. Maybe if and I reckon for Frankfurt Folder there'll be, I don't know, a 5-car ICT. What else? What would there be for the San Bernardino? Or maybe a special livery or something? I don't know. That's what I'm assuming. It's never new trains. Like, I looked at the forums, people were like, oh my god, maybe we're getting like a XYZ new train, blah, blah. I'm like, it's never that. Why would you even think that's going to be that? So yeah, there's that. I don't know if there's any other route updates. They didn't mention anything about Frankfurt Folder, I don't think. I think I've covered most things. We'll see. I think that there's still a December roadmap. I mean, but from the sounds of it, after Preston Carlisle, West Coast Main Line, the next route after that is probably going to be Manchester Commuter. Sounds like it. I'll have to see the preview for that one. I actually think, looking at it on a route map, I'm sort of confident that it's going to be quite good. Because I do think it has nice vibes. I don't know how to describe that, but we'll see. I keep feeling like I hear a telephone ringing in this route. Yeah. So, Rivet of. Actually, I think that might be the other thing. Rivet. I don't know if it was confirmed, but it felt like at some point it was either said or I heard it or I read it that the Leavenworth or Leven branch expansion for 5 Circle will be out before Christmas. It sounded like that. The new livery for ScotRail, it sounded like wouldn't come out at the same time, might come out later. I don't know why, it's just a livery. But yeah, like that Leavenworth one should come out with a new timetable as well to accommodate the services that go into it, into the branch, and so I'm excited about that. And yeah, that probably is the next big updates we're going to get, like West Coast Mainline update, 5 Circle update, Manchester Commuter, although it didn't sound like that would come before Christmas. And then whatever those expansion packs are going to be, which, like I said, it's just going to be some existing logos with different paint schemes. It usually is. So yeah, I'm looking. We'll see what happens. It's already almost December, so we'll be finding out pretty soon what that's all going to be. Fortunately, there's Flight Simulator going out next week for me, so I can busy myself with that, and then Chap West Coast Mainline North seems like it's going to be a pretty decent route. I mean, I do, like I said, you really should check out the preview. Had a couple of the devs from Just Trains, and they were sort of super enthusiastic about it, sort of sharing what they'd done, sort of gone to Crew Heritage Centre to look at the original manual and record sounds for the 87, and it sounds like they did their homework. The route looks good as well. It's a bit like if you like Northern Transpennine, because that's North England as well, but with modern sort of graphics and stuff, nicer trees and all of that, and nicer modelling, then, and electric obviously, then it seems right up your street. I am looking forward to those Mark III carriages though, doing some things with them in the formation designer. Oof, and we are coming up to Truro. Just getting myself down to 30. There we go. Ooh, look, and there's a little 37. I was watching a cab ride video the other day from recently, and like all these sidings are gone. They were built over by something. I can't remember what. I think this platform's still here, but then all of that over there, I think it's either a housing estate or like an Astor or something. Ooh, let us come to a stop here. Oh well, and I fully intend to give up the service, so I'm not going anywhere. Bye. I'll have a look around, see if there's a train doing. I wanted to see an express, a big diesel chugging along. There's a Penzance due in half an hour, so no, we're not going to see anything. Anything we could do over here? What was that, 37? Could try and faff around with it, but no. No, I think I'll leave it there. I will say that I do like these classic BR routes, and so I'm looking forward to another one, and especially classic electric, because it's going to be nice to have like a big heavy tap change in electric loco in the game. We don't get that very often. Well, we've never had it before in UK terms. We've got it in Germany, so it'll be good to have a nice big chunky electric loco in the UK. And from what I saw of the route preview, it looks like a high quality route. And there's some diesel action as well with the freight and some long distance services pulled by the 47. And with the Morecambe branch, there's some sort of diesel multiple unit action. So I'm pretty excited about it. I'll take some pictures. Because weather doesn't matter now. And I like this era where you got these stations and all of that. Oh, there we go. Let's. Yes, I do. We'll watch it go. But oh, see, look, it's got the bloody. I gave him the. We'll do a little bit of exposure up. Yeah. Anything else? No, I think I'm okay with the. Looks lovely, doesn't it? Okay, right. Leave it there, and we can watch it go. Is there a bridge? Listen to that. Squeaking. Is this not like the 90s? Like, even I, who was young, remember like this being what train stations were like back then. Bye bye. I don't ever remember them letting out that much smoke though. Goodbye. Bum bum bum. This route's too old to have cars that drive across the tracks, so. Oh, I'm too old to have a signal box you can go into. But I shall call it there then, because I've had fun. And I do like this route actually. It's one of those sort of, I wish there was a bit more going on. Because I like the way that it looks and I actually like the way that it drives because it's challenging. I just wish the timetable was a little bit more. And like I said, there isn't. I do have an expansion, which is why you've got the proper intercity things there, an enhancement pack. But the timetable is what it is. I don't think. I think there was someone made a modern timetable once, but I don't think the sort of classic timetable has ever been updated. maybe one day, maybe now that we've got the Mark IIIs coming, somebody might try and do like add in some other services or update what's here. Um, I'd love to see some more sort of intercity liveried trains on this line. HSTs would be brilliant, but we'll see. We'll see. I think maybe people just are very down on it being a Rivet Games thing, so they just don't want to make any effort with it. I don't know why. The 5 circle enhancement pack was brilliant. This could really do with like a nice new timetable. I'd be very happy. But it is what it is. So I'll leave it there because no trains are going to be coming, I don't think, for a while. Um, Not unless there's a train due in on the branch to Falmouth Docks. Nope, not for like another like hour and a bit. Oh, shock. Um, these people, you're going to be waiting for a long time. So yeah, we'll call it there, and I hope you have. Well, I don't know if I'll have the time to make another video before the shut peak. It's the 26th of November. I mean, when I've got like over a week, so I probably will. Just be dramatic. My life's not that busy. I'm probably gonna be in like I said in other videos, I'm still playing Dragon Age, and it's gonna take me weeks to finish that. Um, but I'm doing it bit by bit, so I still have time to play this. But it does, sort of eat into the time that I might put aside for recording. And in any case, it's always good to sort of give it a break. I mean, if you want to be like a big YouTuber and have lots of views, you can't. You have to keep putting out content. It's just how the algorithm works. But that ship has well and truly sailed for me. I'm too old. I'm not interesting enough. I don't know enough about trains, and not enough people desperate to watch Train Sim World videos. So I think I can say goodbye to that hope. So I'll record them at my own pleasure when I feel like it, and when I'm not falling asleep after work. Because there's a lot of videos that I try and record. Literally, I'm like, halfway through, I'm like, I don't want to insult your intelligence by uploading a video which I literally am falling asleep. So we'll leave it there. Thank you for watching, and go check out the preview stream for Preston Carlisle, because it's if you like this kind of classic route, it's going to be right up your alley. And with that, I'll just say hasta luego.